G'day folks. Thought I'd do a video on what I'm doing here. So you can see the bubbles in the top here. That is actually fermenting. I've got 3 of these going on. I'm making hard lemonade. It's not a bad drop. And so I haven't actually done this before. But anyway, well, I've done something similar, all right, but I haven't done this one before. So the idea is you get about a third of a bag of sugar, a kilo bag. So about, I don't know, a cup and a half or something, or even a cup of sugar, caster sugar, in about that much water. So that's a 2 litre bottle, go figure. It's about 2/3 full, maybe even 3/4 full. I need a little bit of room for the ferment to take place, so I leave that up here, and I leave the lid just loose so that gas can escape but nothing can get in. So that's just water and sugar, and then a quarter teaspoon of yeast in each one. And then I wait about 10 days and the ferment should be finished. Also, I squeezed, because I did say hard lemonade, so I got a squeezy bottle of lemon juice, and I squeezed a bit of lemon juice in each one. Now, if you wanted to add like natural lemon squeezed, whatever, do your own thing, you can flavour it. I mean, 2 of them, I actually just used lemon cordial. I did add a little bit of extra lemon in there and the sugar. But I had about that, about halfway up that sticker with lemon juice, with lemon cordial, sorry, and then just added in the water and the yeast just to see what would happen. A lazy way of doing it, I think, without adding sugar. Okay, so what have I got going on here? I'm doing another ferment. I love fermented foods, so, and mucking around with this stuff. It's just one of my things I sort of procrastinate about, if to find a better word. Here I've got wholemeal flour, but what I've done is I boiled up some skinned potatoes that were chopped up like you're going to make a mashed potatoes, So you chop up your potatoes, you put them in boiling water, you do all that. You can add a bit of salt. I don't think that really matters. But anyway, what I've done then is I've got the potatoes out of the water, and I've used the water in this to make this. And then what I did was I put a little bit of water, 50 ml of water or whatever, in each one of these, and the same amount, I think it was about a 1/4 cup of water and a 1/4 cup of flour, just to feed the water, which is actually going to be a live, active yeast starter culture for like, things like sourdough and that. And so I've been using the wholemeal flour because I want it to have a really nice flavour. So I thought this, will be the go for extra flavour. So I'm using wholemeal flour because it's got less, hasn't got any additives or chemicals or all that sort of shit like bleaches and stuff in it. So, I'm going to have a more natural starter. And this, now I'll be able to see how it's started to ferment, like with the bubbles and that up the top of the, how can I do it, up here where the separation is, with the water, the potato water. I can stir it around a bit. I just I feed it daily, right? Just 1 teaspoon of flour to keep the yeasties happily fed. Now, you can open your lid and have a smell every now and then. Don't breathe into the jar. You don't want any bacteria from your nose or anything like that in the jar. And the same for these. You can take off the lid, you can have a smell just to see how it's going. If it smells like a nice sweet ferment and everything's looking okay, colour-wise, visually and all that, you're doing well, all right? If you smell a rancid sort of smell, a real funky sort of smell that you feel is wrong, just throw it out, start again. Don't muck around with it, all right? If there's any green sort of mould or anything happening, throw it out, okay? You're just going to have to use your brain with that, because this is food, right? This is food, and this is an ancient art. Learning this process, it's a very off-grid thing to do. I'm not a crazy off-gridder, and I don't think those people are crazy that do. The world is showing us that we need to be more independent and not lean on things that are available to us casually all the time these days, like we have to be prepared for anything, really. Your survival. And so, yes, in these jars, I don't know what happened there. That should have been, wasn't as loose as I thought. Maybe it's just, I'll leave, yeah, so they're actually, they should wobble. You don't want this growing. You'll make a bomb. If you, it won't be anything you can do anything bad with, but you don't want this exploding and making a mess everywhere. Broken glass and what have you, not good. So leave all your caps relatively loose. So once again, air can escape and not put pressure in the jar. Now, going back to pressure, come back over here. Now, if you're home brewing like beer and stuff, which I've done before, when your ferment is finished, right, you can add maybe a half a teaspoon of sugar in each of these, and then screw the lids down tight and let them go for a week or two extra after the 10 days initially for the ferment to finish. Now that could be give or take a day or two or even more, depending on weather and conditions. I've got mine in an esky, and in fact what I do is I put my yeast starter, actually active live yeast, in here as well. So you can see now it's the daytime and we've got 22 degrees, so this is fine outside, and that's why I've pulled everything out so it could have the sun and really get active. But at night time I can put the lid on just like that, and that'll keep a good ambient temperature inside the esky inside the house, All right, so anyway, I'll leave all those in there, that'll be fine. All right, so anyway, I just thought I'd show you all that because I really like this stuff. It's interesting. I don't know, I used to enjoy this stuff at school and shit when we were doing this sort of thing. There is channels, there's enough knowledge out there on YouTube and that if you want to learn how to do this and follow a step-by-step thing. There's already people got videos about it. And, the hard lemonade will end up around about 6%. And I'll have about, probably about 5 litres here, roughly. If I was to go and buy 6 cans of hard lemonade, you're looking at about close to $30. So for a bag of sugar to get 5 litres and, a bit of bread, baker's yeast, Don't have to be brewer's yeast, I'm using bread yeast right here. And squeezy bottle lemon juice you probably have for your fish or whatever, for lots of other reasons, cooking and baking and that. Your caster sugar, one kilo, you're talking about, $3-4 a bag there or something. Probably less, I don't know. But yeah, so you get 5 litres this way. Let's just round it up or whatever, and just say for well under $10. All right. And you can make it gassy because that second time you add a teaspoon in these, you screw the lids down, and then you can fill the bottles after that. And when they're really tight, then just go stick them in the fridge. All right, because your yeast has done its job. It's carbonised now. Your brew. You go stick it in the fridge, and then whenever you want that nice lemon cool alcoholic beverage of an afternoon after work or whatever you've done, then it's there, and it's cheap. You'll feel good about it because you made it yourself. And this is the way, like use rainwater too, right? Don't bug around with, or you can get that box water shit from I don't use it, I just use rainwater. That's all I use, ever. And yeah, all right. Okay, guys, anyway, thanks for listening, and catch you all later.